Hello, everyone. Welcome to another soulful sip conversation. As always, I would like to invite you to grab one of your favorite drinks and join me for a brief contemplation related to empathy. Well, as always, I like telling a little bit more about where the inspiration is coming from. And inspiration for this contemplation is actually coming from another YouTube video that I discovered when I was doing some cleanup in my saved playlists. So I would like to give credit to the owner of the video. The video is titled as How to Master Your Emotions by the channel Freedom in Thought. And this was a summary from a psychological framework. But in the particular example, we had two different personas experiencing a particular person in totally two different ways. In this case, we had one persona seeing a beggar, a poor person on street and feeling angry, thinking that that person is lazy, they didn't do what they're supposed to do, and they are trying to get some benefits from others, and this is not fair. So their point of view is really very individualistic, and they think and believe that everything is determined by self and the individual, and they can work hard and they can achieve things. And if someone is not doing that, this really means that they are lazy and they're not bringing their full potential to the world. On the other side, we have another persona, and when that persona looks into the same person, the background street, or the poor person, his perception of the reality is totally different because he's coming from a more collective consciousness background in terms of his culture, in terms of his upbringing or the values. He sees this as a poor representation of us as human beings not taking care of each other well. So it's a more societal and system level failure. And it's not really up to that poor person to take all the responsibility. So one of them is really seeing it from a very individualistic point of view, and the other person is seeing it from a very collective point of view, and the responses and the feelings that they have towards the person is totally different. The one who sees this as the individual one is becoming more and more angry, and the one who sees this as a representation of our collective failures feels compassion in their heart. So his approach is a lot more empathetic in its nature. And at the end of the video, the invitation was really to truly see each other. We need to open our minds to the extent that we can see different perspectives, different life stories of each other. We all go through different life experiences, and those life experiences bring different perspectives to lives and how we see the world. And to be able to understand each other, to be able to love each other, sometimes we just really need to hold different perspectives together. And that requires us untangling our own emotions, our own background story, our own experiences, and holding a space with openness, with an open mind, with an open heart, to be able to hear each other, see each other. And this made me really think about what empathy really means. In today's world, we sometimes confuse it with sympathy. Sympathy is really feeling with someone. But when you look into the root of empathy, it's coming from a more deeper meaning. It really means feeling in someone, putting yourself in the shoes of another person, assuming that you were brought up in a different culture with a different set of values. Would you still think in the same lines? Can you just really, for a moment, forget about your own life story, your own background, your own belief systems, and maybe postpone your own self-identity, ego on the side, and truly listen to someone? And there are also different levels of listening. So when we really think and talk about listening today, the most basic level is literally the bodily listening, just hearing what someone is saying. But there are deeper levels of listening too. listening with an open mind really means holding your own assumptions, holding your own thought patterns, your beliefs, and bringing in a lot more openness with curiosity, asking questions to really understand what the belief systems of the other person is, where their thought patterns are coming from, what are the life experiences. And we can listen with empathy, with a more emotional depth, and that requires an open heart without judgment. How can we really hear first from a bodily sensation point of view, then hold our judgments, so do not allow our mind to close, so that we can understand the other person's story and suddenly feel a little bit more compassion, softness in our heart. And we can maybe, in the end, put ourselves in their shoes, literally through their life story, through their life experiences, seeing the world from their eyes. Can you feel? And to me, this is just another definition of love. Love truly means, without losing your own identity, also seeing the world from another person's point of view, broadening your identity, and incorporating someone else's identity with you as well. Of course, if we can dig deeper, there might be some subtle nuances that we have to highlight. I personally don't think that meshing your identity with someone else in a codependent manner is the healthy way. So in that sense, actually, just to clarify what I mean, maybe I would like to refer to a definition coming from Eric Fromm. He says, love is union with somebody or something outside yourself, under the condition of retaining the separateness and integrity of one's own self. So when you truly love someone, you can hold the space for other person's existence as well. So you still use your own existence, but you use your bodily faculties, your mind, your heart to be able to unite with another person and to be able to see and feel like how it feels to be in union with them, to see the world from their eyes, to feel the experiences from their heart. So in that sense, empathy is actually such a beautiful invitation for us to practice deeper listening. So even for momentarily, we can maybe put our egos on the side and try to see the other person from their life experiences, from their point of views, and just feel in them instead of feeling with them. So I just would like to take a moment to contemplate with you about this meaningful contribution of empathy. I think we all need a little bit more empathy in our lives, and definitely our world needs more empathy, because we can really hold the space for empathy to occur. We can see our differences. And once you truly listen to the other person, once you really open the space enough to really understand where their point of views, pain points, and feelings are coming from, magically we discover that we are more united than we think. We're not. So to be able to honor our unity, we need to listen deeply. And we need to hold our judgment on the side and just sit with the other person in their shoes to be able to truly love, to be able to truly relate and honor each other. Well, given the significance of this month, while we are celebrating love in its different forms, I just would like to take a moment to contemplate about what empathy means and how it can actually bring more love into our lives and how actually empathy means love. As always, I would like to use this as an invitation for you to maybe contemplate a little bit more about what empathy means for you. How can you bring more of that into your life in small forms? It doesn't have to be in the form of a romantic love. Can you bring more understanding and empathy to your colleague whenever you face a disagreement with someone instead of immediately jumping into judgments and negative feeling space? Can you just take a deep breath, ground yourself in your own existence, and hold your own judgments for a second and simply listen? Listen with your open heart, listen with your open mind, so we can see each other. And through that, we can finally unite and bring more love and unity into our own world. Thank you, everyone. As always, if you see value in what I shared, please engage. And I would love to hear your reflections. So if you would like to share what empathy means for you, or if you have any tips and tricks that you would like to contribute, please write in the comments. And for more beauty, please follow my other channels and other contemplations. And I would love to see you here once again in the next contemplation. Till that time, stay beautiful. Bye.